Hello everyone, I'm Lucky David Away. I just want to share a little hint about an argument I engaged with a fellow Nigerian brother of mine, roommate. Yeah, he's actually advocating for Biafra. I remember sometimes back, particularly last 2 3 years thereabout, when I was doing my national service with in Imo State as an independent monitor supervising a vaccination team. Now, I went to a particular community in Imo State, precisely Wangili local government area of Imo State. Now, in the course of administering my convenience monitoring on the focal persons of and the vaccination team, a particular man I met asked us not to vaccinate the wards. So, as a supervisor of the team, I went to meet him to really know what were his reasons for not allowing the vaccination team to carry on their obligation of vaccination on the wards. He said he's not a Nigerian. This particular place we're standing is actually not a Nigerian ground, that we should go elsewhere, or else he would dealt with me. You know, from all indication, he was airing his opinion, in an aggrieved manner, which I had no intention I had no choice than to let go of him with his assertions about life. Now, I never knew during the course of all this conversation, one elderly man was actually looking at us on the same community, a bit far from where we were though. So he now called me. He said, "Copper, come." When I went to the man, I greeted him, and the man said, "What happened what transpired between I and that particular guy?" I told him. He said, "I told him what happened. That is actually." He said he's a Biafran, and the land is a Biafran land, that we shouldn't administer what's it called? We shouldn't administer the vaccine on the wards. I said, okay, if that's the case, no problem. He just laughed and laughed it over and said how he wished he was there to witness Biafra. I'm very sure he wouldn't want such things to happen. Now, going back to my friend's argument this evening, he also is from the school of thought that he really wants Biafra to get to succeed. Now, he wants referendum. And I asked him one particular question. Now, have you ever in one day read about the dangers of referendum? Some countries of the world that succeeded in referendum, I am very sure, before they got that, it's a two-way traffic. It's either they get that, it's either they got referendum on the basis of a mutual dialogue between them and the government, or succession by conquest. And of course, you know what it means when they say succession by conquest. They need to fight aggressively and forcefully in order to get what they want. And in our modern Nigeria today, bro, you agree with me that gone are those days when Odumegu, Ojoku, the then military man, fought for Biafra. But at the tail end, what happened? Bloodshed, your loss. It was a genocidal situation that the country experienced. Going by those experience and those people who indulges in that circumstance at that particular time. Now the country, you cannot compare now and then. Now the country, we are in a contemporary society, and whether you like it or not, seeking referendum, it's not the final solution. Now, speaking by even this particular Biafran of a thing, these people, they are quite indigenous. Now, being an indigenous entity in a country called Nigeria, I want to take a sample opinion about the particular people, the inhabitants of the eastern region. A whole lot of these guys, I bet you,
and you can go verify. Whosoever is listening to this video can go verify. Even 2/3 of the population of even the Easterners don't advocate for secession, for Biafra. Because when you say you want a referendum, you want to be an independent and sovereign entity on your own, what do you have to stand? Yeah, whether we like it or not, with all due respect to the Eastern citizens of Nigeria, they are wealthy, yeah? They've got some resources, but what are the major resources? The major resources that a country can rely on. Of course, Nigeria is blessed with diverse resources, but what is our major source of income? You agree with me? It's petroleum. Now, in terms of that, they don't have it. I don't know if they've made any discovery of late. Speaking about that, agriculture. Yeah, they are trying to some extent, but whether you like it or not, on a larger scale that will satisfy them, bro, they don't have it. Nigeria has been blessed with a diverse culture, a diverse resources, cutting across all the 36 states of the Federation. We are subject to living in one accord, irrespective of all these tribal and religious, ethnic and affiliations. Irrespective of all of these factors and variables put together, we are supposed to live as one entity. Nigeria has been created as to live as that. And so, whosoever indigenous set that want to come and say, oh, I want to stand on my own, bro, of course, if they grant them the succession, definitely they will have it. But what are the dangers of it? The aftermath of it is what really matters. Can they really live this independent life without having the support of other regions? It's not possible. And an elderly man in the East told me that a whole lot of those guys who are advocating for Biafra are those low life people, low life personalities, low life individuals who don't have worries, who don't have what to gain and what to lose at the end of it, or maybe in the course of all the succession plan. But whosoever has a lifetime investment will not want this. And statistically, 85 to 90% of the Eastern citizens' investment are vested in the northern parts of the country. A whole lot of them got their wealth in the north. A whole lot of them invested a lot in the north. Whether we can go and verify. A whole lot of them don't even make most of their investment is not seldom based in the East. Why is that? As a result of internal crisis and communal crisis, they themselves are not even in support of themselves. Let's move away from even this referendum's topic of a thing and go into politics. Now their brother is coming forth, Peter Obi. Now, only from the polls conducted recently, galvanizing support from every of the regions of Nigeria, the Easterners, some of the top men in the East side, are not even galvanizing the support for this man. They are not in support of him being the president. Why? As a result of their should I say selfish interest, or I don't know. I really don't know. Or is it? I really don't know actually. But the unity is even not there, even among them, even the indigenous people of the eastern part of the country. Not to talk of fighting for referendum. Have they sat in one day to really understand the effect and consequences of referendum? They should go and ask a whole lot of people. I think Chile, Chile, if I'm not mistaken, they fought for referendum. But before then, what happened? I just pray someday, those guys will really understand that referendum and having this indigenous set of Biafra is never the best to live life. They should go and ask Sudan, the north and the southern Sudan. They should go and ask them, even the aftermath of this division, being a sovereign entity individually, what happened? Today, I'm very sure they are still advocating of coming together, because the boundary conflict is still there. It's inherent, even with the fact that there is this division in between them as an entity. So Nigeria has been blessed as one entity. Nigeria has been blessed as one entity with diverse culture, diverse ethnic, religion, and tribe, and we are supposed to unify ourselves as this one entity and live a happy life and think about how to build the country instead of seeking for referendum. I Lucky David away, and I'm very sure some other persons, like-minded persons that loves the interest of the country at large, to unite and fight this so-called cabalism which the country's polity is facing at the moment, wouldn't want a referendum. There are other different policies and there is not going in properly in restating the country back to where it ought to be. In terms of ensuring that positive indices are being put in place in order to ensure that the economy is even friendly, thereby giving its citizens and the inhabitants of the country a good life, instead of fighting and seeking for a referendum. I think it's not actually the best way moving forward, and I hope some of those guys who are actually seeking for a referendum should one day go sit, ask their dad, or ask people who had experienced this Biafra of then. What was their experience? How were they managed to escape? Then I'm sure the experience, the story will not be very straight for them, for their ears to handle, let alone seek for Biafra in our modern contemporary society of this day. Have a lovely share of this space. I remain my humble self, Lucky David away. Shout out.